Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel, welcome to another video, and today I'm doing a full day of eating 1,500 calories. So quite a low calorie goal today, and to be perfectly honest, most males, so the vast majority of males, do not need to consume this few calories on a daily basis in order to lose weight. And oftentimes when males think they are consuming like 1,500 calories per day or 1,600 calories per day or something super low, I would say 9 times out of 10 they are actually not. They might be consuming that number of calories on like 2 days of the week or something like that, but on the remaining days they are either, not tracking or not tracking accurately, or maybe on the weekend they're going out for a meal or a few drinks and then they get a takeaway because they are hungover. And then when you add up all of the calories they're consuming and get the average per day, they literally could be consuming loads more. So maybe 1,000 calories more, even more. That sounds a little bit far-fetched, but this happens all the time. So if you think you are consuming like really low calories on a daily basis, it's important to be honest with yourself. So even go into your MyFitnessPal logs, look at the last 14 or 21 days and actually see, am I consuming this amount of calories on a daily basis? Or am I just kidding myself? But anyway, moving swiftly along, today's recipes are absolutely banging. I have a nice twist on a French toast recipe. I have the perfect meal prep recipe. So if you are somebody who is maybe gradually returning to the office, I know a lot of people in Ireland are in that position at the moment, this is ideal. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, before we do, you already know today's video is gonna be good. So make sure you take the 1.2 seconds right now, scroll down a little bit, give the video a big thumbs up. It helps so much. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's make some breakfast, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is chop up 2 slices of 60 calorie bread into little sticks. Okay, so we have 10 sticks in total. Then next up we have a bit of a process. So I'm gonna dip my French toast sticks into a bowl of egg whites. So there's 120 ml of egg whites in here. I've also added some sea salt and some smoked paprika, and then I'm just gonna add them to a frying pan on a medium heat. So this is how we are looking at the moment, and as you can see, I've got no egg white mix left, so it's the perfect balance. Then to a separate pan, I'm going to add 90 grams of bacon medallions that I've chopped up into little pieces. These are quite similar to Canadian bacon if you are living in the US or Canada, or you just can't get bacon medallions anywhere. And I'm also gonna add half of a red pepper that I've chopped up into little pieces as well. And again, let's season with some salt and a little bit of smoked paprika. And then when the bottom of your French toast sticks are a golden brown kind of color, you just want to flip them over to the other side. It usually takes maybe 4 to 5 minutes on a medium heat for them to turn that color. Okay, I'm gonna load my French toast sticks into this Pyrex dish. I'm not really sure what the best way to do this is in terms of how aesthetically pleasing the dish is gonna be, but I think I'm gonna go with this approach. Okay, all good so far. I'm gonna load my medallions and peppers into the mix. Then I'm gonna sprinkle 25 grams of 50% less fat cheese on top. In Ireland, it is close to impossible to get 0 fat cheese, but I did find 50% in Aldi the other day, which is really good. The most common low fat cheese here is like 30%, which is average. And finally, I am just going to pop this in the oven for a few minutes until the cheese melts on top. And boom, there we go. So some savory bacon loaded French toast sticks. And the last time that I put a savory spin on French toast, there were quite a lot of people that were not impressed. I think they just felt it was wrong. And if you're making French toast, it has to be sweet, but I respectfully disagree. I'm a big fan of sweet French toast, I have to say, but I also think that these are absolutely banging. But yeah, comment below and let me know what you think. Do these appeal to you, or are you just like, nah? All right, so before I go to my next meal, I do want to let you know that there is a sale on the J Clark Fitness Nutrition Hub. And if you do not know what this is, it is a place where you get access to all of my recipes. So hundreds in total now. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever. And for each and every recipe, there is a video demonstration. There is calories and macros, ingredients, directions, literally all you need. In here, you also get access to my personal calorie and macro calculator. So if you don't really know what calories you should be consuming to hit your goal, what macros you should be consuming to hit your goal, so protein, fats, carbs, fiber as well, this is perfect. And there's loads more little bits in here as well. So all of this is in your very own account on my website, and in here you can track your progress over time as well. So yeah, if that sounds like something that you need, I will leave the link in the comment section below, and if you use the code nutrition15 at the checkout, you will get 15% off. Okay, so my next recipe is a fish recipe, and to be perfectly honest, I am the worst person in the world for eating fish, particularly fatty fish. I don't even hate it, I just never ever have it, even though I know it's so good for me. And whenever I get to the end of the week and I haven't had fatty fish, which is pretty much every week, I'm just like, you are a piece of shit. But yeah, this definitely makes it slightly more appealing. I'm excited to see what people think. It's quick and easy as well, so let's dig in. Okay, so I've got one hot smoked salmon fillet. This has 194 calories just for reference. I'm gonna pop this in my air fryer that I sprayed with some 1 calorie spray. That is gonna be followed by 1/4 of an onion that I've chopped up into little pieces, and half of a pepper that I've chopped up into little pieces as well. Let's season with some salt. So this is how we are looking right now. And then I'm gonna cook it at 200 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. You can also do this on the frying pan. Just the air fryer is handier. Then I'm gonna heat up some rice in the microwave. So we have a combination here. We have some cauliflower rice. This is great for volume. I'm gonna be using 160 grams, which is just one bag. It only has 29 calories. And then I'm gonna be using some of this brown basmati rice as well. Okay, let's put everything together. So I'm gonna add 160 grams of cauliflower rice to a bowl. That is followed by 1/4 of this pack of rice, which is about 62 grams. So 62 grams of cooked rice. Next in goes my salmon fillet. That is followed by my veg. Next, I'm gonna use half of this tin of tuna, so it is 56 grams drained. And as you can tell, this would actually be a really good meal prep meal. So for example, if you used, or if you made 2 portions, you could use your full can of tuna and obviously ration the whole thing out across 2 meals. Then what I'm gonna do is give it a good mix and break my salmon into little pieces. Then I'm going to add my sauces. So 30 grams of lighter than light mayonnaise, 30 ml of Frank's Red Hot sauce. You could use sriracha as well if you wanted. And then 20 ml of light soy sauce. The light one is going to save you a few calories. So this is how we are looking now. Let's give it a mix. Now let's stick it in a proper bowl just so you can actually see how voluminous it is. And just to be fancy, this is completely optional, but I'm gonna add some spring onion to the top. And boom, there we go. So a salmon and tuna sushi bowl. And you could actually take it a step further if you wanted and get some of those nori sheets. I think you can get them in Tesco. You can probably get them in loads of places. I also believe they are quite low in calories, so it wouldn't add, you know, too many calories to the dish, but it would be a lot more like actual sushi. And I'm actually a big fan of this meal, and that kind of says a lot because I don't really ever eat fish, but it just tastes so different to, you know, your typical meal. And when it comes to fatty fish, so if you're having salmon, it typically has to be a smaller meal because the fatty fish is quite calorie dense in comparison to your leaner protein sources like your chicken, your tuna, your turkey, etc. But with this meal, I've booked it up. So I have a lean protein source in there. I have cauliflower rice in there. I have some veg in there as well. So you're actually left feeling full and satisfied after it too. And yeah, as most of you probably know, that is absolutely key for me. All right, so the final meal of the day is the ultimate meal prep meal. And even though you could easily prep the sushi bowl meal, you probably wouldn't want to bring that to the office because you would be absolutely stinking. So this one is a lot more office friendly and it's so tasty. Okay, so I'm gonna start by adding 200 grams of cherry tomatoes to a Pyrex dish. Oh, and before I forget, I am making 2 portions here, by the way. But next, I'm gonna add in half of a onion that I have chopped up into little pieces. 100 grams of this lightest Philadelphia, which is just low-fat, soft cheese. I'm gonna season with some salt, some garlic, and some mixed herbs. So this is how we are looking. Then I'm just gonna pop it in the oven that I've preheated to 200 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. And while the veg is cooking away, I'm gonna add 350 grams of diced chicken breast to the pan. And I'm actually only going to half cook them, so maybe like 5 or 6 minutes in total. Because it will be going in the oven, but I just want to give them a little bit of a head start and they'll be nice and crispy on the outside as well. Oh, and let's add in some smoked paprika. Okay, the veg is out of the oven. I would lean it up to the camera and show you, but it is honestly piping hot. But yeah, it smells like an absolute joke, like a good joke. Like it smells really, really good, not like a bad joke. And how you kind of know this is ready is when the cherry tomatoes are just so easy to like squeeze and pop. So I like doing that first. Get all of those juices out. Then I'm going to mix everything together. Okay, so we are looking nice and creamy and it tastes unbelievable. 10 out of 10. Now I'm going to add one full bag, which is 160 grams of cauliflower rice into the mix, 250 grams of microwave or cooked rice. And there's actually no need to heat them up in the microwave before because they're gonna get plenty of cooking time now. I mixed a chicken stock cube with 300 ml of water and I'm gonna add half into the mix. That is followed by my smoked paprika chicken, followed by 250 grams of this tomato-based pasta sauce. This one here is a spicy pasta sauce and it has 45 calories per 100 grams, just for reference. Then I'm gonna mix everything together and do my very, very best not to make an absolute mess. Probably should have used a bigger Pyrex dish, but we live and learn. Okay, so this is how we're looking. Absolutely beautiful. I have added some more mixed herbs on top, just for good measure. And now I'm gonna put it in the oven that I preheated to 200 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. All right, so creamy tomato, chicken and rice bake, as I said, absolutely perfect in terms of meal prep meals. You can just prep like 2 portions at a time, as I've done here, or even more. Separate them into a few lunch boxes, and yeah, that is it. Simple as that, you are good to go. All right, everyone, so myself and Bruno are gonna wrap the video up there. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you comment below and let me know. And as always, make sure you let me know what your favorite meal was. So was it the loaded French toast sticks? Was it the tuna and salmon sushi bowl? Or was it the creamy tomato chicken and rice bake? All right, so I had to put Bruno down. He weighs like 10 kg now, so he's getting heavy, especially when you're lifting him like this, little isometric lateral raise. But I almost forgot to say, today's recipes come to a total of just over 1,300 calories, which is perfect because it gives you around 200 calories to play around with and to be flexible with. So for example, you could have a couple of snacks throughout the day. You could save those 200 calories for the evening and have something nice. And yeah, no matter what calories you're on, you should always save a small portion every day for something like this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you are all keeping well, and I will see you in the next video.